I've owned a lot of guitars in my life. Some were bought for me, some were lost, some original designs because what I wanted didn't exist yet. But the last guitar I'm going to show you today is the first one that is totally blowing my mind. To understand why that guitar matters, I need to show you the 6 that came before it. This is the 7 guitars that shaped me. This was my very first guitar, Suzuki Classical. It's remarkable that I still have it. How many people still own their first guitar, right? My dad bought this for me in 1974, and I think it cost $350, which was a lot of money back then. I was 7 years old at the time. I fell in love with the sound of the guitar because of this little nylon string. I loved putting my ear right on the body while I was playing to soak up the vibrations. Sounds exactly like I remember it. That's where sound stopped being abstract for me. It became a very real thing. I didn't know it at the time, but this guitar taught me the joy of music. That music can be both fascinating and fun. There's so many memories. I can still get the feeling of getting this guitar as my very first guitar. This was my first electric guitar, and I still have this one too. A Hagstrom. It kind of hints at a Gibson SG shape, right? And honestly, the exact year I got this is a little foggy. Maybe 1979, maybe 1980, maybe even 1978. I'm not sure. I either needed it to play in my first band, or I already had it and then joined the band. Anyway, that part doesn't really matter. You'll notice that it's missing a pickup. I put a DiMarzio pickup in there at some point, probably in the early 80s. To make a long story short, the original pickup was stored in my parents' basement and then got thrown out. A crew of people cleaned out the basement when I wasn't there. My parents live in Canada and I'm in New York City. That house is where I learned to play guitar. I want to restore this guitar eventually. As you can see, it needs some work. The pickguard isn't even attached. I also refinished the neck and sanded off the decal. You know, the things that 14 or 15-year-olds do. But, this was the guitar that catapulted me to the stage, starting me off playing in a working band at age 12. That experience taught me both discipline and freedom, and this guitar was part of that. The discipline of showing up always to bring your A game, and the freedom to explore, stretch, and most importantly, to improvise. Fun fact, after doing some quick Googling before I pressed play on my camera, I believe this is the exact same model that Pat Smear, one of the guitarists in the Foo Fighters, famously loved and used over the years. It's a Hagstrom N2N. This was my first steel string acoustic. It's a Takamine Dreadnought with the cutaway. And sound techs have told me that this is one of the best acoustics they've ever heard through a PA. I've taken this guitar on a few tours, in lots of various different things over the years. Right now, it's not in standard tuning. Well, I was doing some experimenting. The top two strings are tuned an octave lower than usual. This way, I can play standard shapes and achieve sounds that you can only get on a piano. It isn't suited for chord melodies or soloing really, just to get some nice sounding chords. This guitar has served me well since 1992. This is the guitar that changed everything. My 7-string electric that I designed, and I had someone build for me. Not to go lower, but to go higher, not like your standard 7-string. Standard tuning on the bottom 6 strings, and then what looks like the first string, what I consider my 7th string, is tuned to an A. It's the same A as the 5th fret on the first string. That extra high string was inspired by one of my all-time heroes, Lenny Bro. This guitar became my voice. Any jazz gig that you've seen me play, this was the guitar. When I brought it home for the first time, I remember playing it for like 8 hours straight, maybe just to get a bite to eat and go to the bathroom. That's probably it. My roommate at the time, Marlon, can confirm that. It fits me like a glove because it was literally made for me, designed by me. Since 2003, it feels like my best friend. The reason I can remember that year is because it was the same year the power grid went down in Canada and the US, causing massive blackouts throughout the States and into Canada. I was living in Toronto at the time. I needed a counterpart. I wanted a sister guitar to my 7-string electric. So in 2005, I designed and built this, a 7-string classical. See, count 7. Same tuning, same high A. And yes, I built everything except the machine heads, the tuners. Fun fact that the high A string on this is 40-pound test fishing line. I know, but it stays in tune better than nylon strings, I swear to God. Any of you nylon string guitar owners know exactly what I'm talking about. When your strings keep going out of tune constantly for 3 months until finally they settle in, then you get to play them for, maybe a week or two, and then it's time to change your strings again? I don't care what anybody thinks. The fishing line works. I think string manufacturers should start making strings from whatever they make fishing line from, because it doesn't stretch the same. I don't give a crap what anybody else feels about this. This is just how I feel about it. But I think of my electric 7-string as the more muscular, masculine version. And this one is the feminine counterpart. Softer, more intimate. You need to caress the strings, not wrestle the notes out in quite the same way. By the way, forgot to mention, I can plug this guitar in. I designed it so that I could plug this in to an outboard preamp. It has a built-in microphone and 3 contact pickups underneath the bridge. And I can blend the microphone and the contact pickups together to get a really good sound. This sounds really good through a PA system too. And it's featured on my Out of the Blue album on a song called Jazzenko, which is a mixture of jazz and flamenco. You've probably seen this guitar in a lot of my videos. My Cabello Tono custom shop Telecaster, heavily relict by Fender. I saw it hanging on the wall at Guitar Center. I played it, and it said to me, "Take me home." I listened. There just happened to be a 36-month 0% financing promotion happening right then. Fate. Neck pickup. The bridge pickup. Both pickups. Very unique sound with the Gretsch style Filtertron pickup. It's one of the most versatile guitars I've ever owned. Matter of fact, you can check out a video if you want to see me play an original song of mine that is an homage to my country roots, and I'm playing this guitar in it. I've always said Telecasters might be the most versatile guitars ever invented. But then there's this guitar. This is the newest guitar that I own. Looks like a Tele guitar. It's a Tele style parts caster. A guitar I built myself literally just weeks ago as of filming this. I call it the barn caster. I tried to film the entire build. I shot some footage, but every time I started working on it, hours would just slip away, disappear in an instant. And I'd forget to hit record again and again. Eventually, I just stopped finding it. I seemed to be possessed by this guitar. I had to get it done. Like it was demanding to be birthed as quickly as possible. The neck is a Warmoth neck. It's got a boat neck profile. It's kind of like a soft V. The neck wood is made from wenge, and the fretboard is dark ebony, so I don't have to finish this neck, which I like this bare wood. No finish required. I like that. It looks like it's made of dark chocolate, like you could eat it. The pickups is a Lawler gold foil in the neck position and a Lawler J Street in the bridge, and it's a match made in heaven. The bridge pickup is still Telecaster, but not ice picky or harsh, and I love that. The gold foil pickup in the neck position absolutely blows me away. It sounds way sweeter than I ever expected it when I ordered it. And when I roll the treble down, it seems to have the perfect amount of mids and top end to pop through that I like, and makes an absolutely gorgeous neck pickup sound. I don't know what I just played there, but anyway, I may have accidentally stumbled across a magic combination here. I ordered a bridge position gold foil instead of a neck position, and when it's combined with this Telecaster pickup, it gives a very unique but musical sound. Not odd, just different. What really makes Barney look unique, that the body is reclaimed wood. Wait a minute, I think I just unwittingly nicknamed my guitar Barney. What do you think? Is that a good nickname for the Barncaster? Maybe you can let me know in the comments. The reclaimed wood is from an old barn house, or old farmhouse, a shed or a barn. So that's where the Barncaster name comes from. I don't even know what the rest of the body is made from. For once, I don't care. I tinted the guitar a bit more greenish blue than how it arrived. It was more white looking. I wanted the colors to pop against this chocolate wingay colored neck, you know. The pickup, or the pick guard, I should say, is a unique original design of mine that I cut out myself from a pickguard material that I had laying around. It probably took me about 5 hours to shape this pickguard because I simply don't own the proper tools. It probably would have taken me like 20-30 minutes if I had proper tools. That's the thing when you're doing DIYing, because you don't have all the things like bandsaws and drum sanders, etc. So expect things to take like 5 to 10 times longer. I did buy a plunger for my Dremel tool so I could convert it to a router and expand the cavity for the bridge pickup. The existing route was just a little off. So my advice is, if you order a Tele style body, something similar like to this, from the internet, and then a neck from somewhere else, do yourself a favor and buy a top loading bridge like this one. This one's a Wilkinson. That way, if things don't line up exactly the center line of the guitar, you can forego stringing the guitar from behind, and then your project can still move forward. This guitar has more personality in both overall vibe and sound than anything I've ever owned, and the more I play it, the more I realize I stumbled across a really magical formula. And I built this amazing guitar myself. I'm so happy with it. I've been playing it a lot lately. Just ask my girlfriend. And it's something that is really me, another very personal thing. If you have any questions about this guitar or any of my guitars, drop it in the comments and I will respond back. If you want to know more about my other gear like amps and my pedal board, let me know. If you want to know where I got all the parts from for this build, I'll leave some links for you below. Subscribe to my channel, especially if you need help playing jazz. I'm here to help you out and to mentor you through that process.
This is Phoenix.